Over the past 7 years, I've been known for several things: high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, fasting, insulin resistance. And my recommendations about what to do about these situations, how to prevent them and improve them, have been very straightforward. I remember around year 5 of being a physician assistant, there was a certain population of my patients who were taking on the advice that were doing great. And it was a group of men. And to say that they were doing great is an understatement. It got to the point where their results, not only their results, but their attitudes and their swag per se, it got to a point where I said to myself, something else has to be going on. And it was testosterone. Now, at first, this was a hypothesis, but then we verified it by actually testing the levels of testosterone in these patients. And then when I look back those previous 5 years, everything made sense. Everything made sense. The increase in motivation, the determination, the increase in their sex drive, everything started to fall in place because many of the attributes that are typically characteristics of testosterone were on full display in these patients. In this video, we're going to talk about Testosterone 101, what it is, its function, what increases it, what decreases it, and the side effects of being too low. Stay tuned. What's going on, family? This is your brother Edward Williams, and I want to welcome you back to our channel where we talk about all things Black health improvement, fasting, insulin resistance, and men's health. So if you are new to the channel, go ahead, click the subscribe button, the notification button, and make sure to like the video and share this out with your family members who could benefit from the information. All right, so let's get into this video. Now, I'm sure we've all heard the term testosterone. I'm sure many of us have actually tried to increase it or boost it. But the question should be asked, what exactly is testosterone? Well, testosterone is the primary sex hormone in men, and it's responsible for the development of many of the physical characteristics that are considered to be typically male. Women also produce testosterone, however, it's in much smaller amounts. The testosterone production process begins when your brain sends a chemical signal to the hypothalamus and tells it to make some testosterone. In turn, the hypothalamus releases a chemical messenger called gonadotropin-releasing hormone, also known as GnRH, that gets picked up by the pituitary gland. This causes the pituitary gland to release two hormones, the first called luteinizing hormone, also known as LH, and follicle stimulating hormone, also known as FSH. These hormones will then travel through the bloodstream and signal the Leydig cells in the testes to produce testosterone. The testosterone is then released into the bloodstream, where it will either be bound to sex hormone binding globulin, also known as SHBG, or albumin, or remain in its free form and then in turn find other targeted cells to bind with. When there is enough testosterone in the human body, a negative feedback loop known as the hypothalamic pituitary testicular axis sends a message to the pituitary saying that there's enough testosterone freely circulating around. The pituitary then slows down the production of LH and then eventually FSH. So now that we know what testosterone is and how it's made by the body, let's talk about the actual function and purpose of testosterone. So, what is the function of testosterone? In males, testosterone plays an important role in puberty, the time when a young male reaches sexual maturity and he can reproduce. This happens because there is a sharp increase in the production of testosterone in the male. Testosterone is the key hormone that will bring forth the male's masculine characteristics. This is because testosterone has both androgenic and anabolic functions. Androgenic refers to its effects on the male's sexual characteristics and has masculizing effects, and anabolic refers to its tissue building effects. During puberty, testosterone levels increase in males and are responsible for an increase in the size of the male's penis and testicles, increase in muscle mass, a deepening in the voice, strengthening of bones, increase in height, increase in libido, competitiveness, and aggression, facial, pubic, and body hair development. Now, although testosterone was extremely important during the time of puberty as far as developing sexual maturity in men, it doesn't stop there. Testosterone is something that is needed all throughout life for men. For men, testosterone plays a major role in libido, erectile function, production of red blood cells, bone density, fat distribution, muscle mass and strength, facial hair and body hair, sperm production, sex drive, mood regulation, competitiveness, purpose-driven task, spatial awareness, motivation, and ability to take risk. Now, as you can see, that is a whole lot that testosterone contributes to the life of a man. We've now answered the question of what is testosterone. We've answered the question of how testosterone is made by the body, and we've also talked about the functions of testosterone. But what causes a decrease in testosterone? It has been shown that testosterone levels gradually drop in men as a natural part of the aging process. By the age 45, it starts falling about 1% each year, according to the research published by the journal Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism. However, today it is widely accepted that levels have started to decline earlier in a man's 30s. The number of cases in which older men have been diagnosed as having low testosterone has increased 170% since 2012. However, unfortunately, aging is not the only thing that can decrease a man's testosterone level. Aside from aging, there are multiple things that have been shown to decrease the testosterone levels in a man. Obesity, sleep problems like sleep apnea, genetic diseases, autoimmune diseases, certain types of infections like mumps and HIV, drugs and medications such as glucocorticoids, opioids, antifungals, chronic diseases such as kidney disease, chronic liver disease, diabetes, chemotherapy, radiation, tumor, testicular injuries such as castration, infections to the testes, disorders that affect hormones such as pituitary tumors and high prolactin levels, environmental toxins, poor diet, nutritional deficiencies, and lack of physical activity. Now, I'm sure if you were to go through that list again, you may see areas that you can work on for yourself. So now that we know all that, the question has to be asked. What happens when there's a decrease in the level of testosterone that takes place earlier than it should? Well, in order for you to know that you truly have low testosterone, you're going to need to be properly diagnosed by a healthcare practitioner. This is going to include a detailed history and physical exam by a healthcare provider, along with proper labs to know exactly where your levels are at. As a general rule of thumb, we can think of normal testosterone levels as being between 300 and 1,000 nanograms per deciliter. However, testosterone levels vary significantly throughout the day. They're the highest in the morning, and they change from one day to the next. That's why doctors typically require 2 early morning testosterone levels, usually between the hours of 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. on separate days before diagnosing a man with low T. Now, along with being diagnosed by your doctor with proper labs and physical exam, there may have already been other signs and symptoms that you notice that directly correlate with low testosterone. And these could be things such as decreased libido, erectile dysfunction, loss of morning erections, fatigue, depression, anger, a decrease in muscle mass and strength, decreased bone mass and bone material density, increase in fat tissue, but especially around the abdominal area, anemia, osteoporosis, mood change, reduced cognitive function, decreased sense of purpose, decreased body hair, and skin changes. So as you can see, with all the positive impacts that testosterone has on a man's life, when we are deficient in testosterone, those positives now become negative because they are negatively impacted by not having enough testosterone. And this is a huge problem because if testosterone does so much for the well-being of a man, and we see that there's been a sharp decrease in testosterone levels in men globally, but especially here in the United States, this is a huge problem. And really, to say that it's a huge problem is actually an understatement. So how do we improve this? How does a man increase his testosterone levels? Well, there are 2 categories when it comes to increasing or improving a man's testosterone levels. The first option is an option that I won't spend too much time on this channel, and that is testosterone replacement therapy. Testosterone replacement therapy, also known as TRT, is where you have exogenous testosterone introduced to the body. This testosterone can come in multiple forms. It can come in the form of an injection, topical gel, patches, mouth patch, pellets that are implanted under the skin, or oral pill formulation. And then you have the next option, which is the option that I will be spending much more time on, and that is natural improvement via lifestyle. You see, we are doing things on a daily basis that are steadily decreasing our testosterone day by day that we are completely unaware of. And when you make these lifestyle changes and improvements in your life, your testosterone levels will increase. Now, when I'm saying that, I'm not guessing. I'm saying this from firsthand experience on the clinical level, actually working with men and seeing their life radically improve, not just aesthetic wise or blood pressure wise or diabetes, blood sugar wise, but as far as them walking with more purpose, being more dedicated, being more competitive in life. And so it is important that you understand what testosterone is, its purpose, but also how you can improve it naturally. Let's go through them. Now, I'm going to run down a list of things that have been shown to improve testosterone levels. And I want you to ask yourself, out of all those things, is there anything that you can do to improve your testosterone levels? Is there anything in there that you may be falling short on that you could implement that could help you out? Exercise. Now, when we're talking about exercise, I'm talking about lifting heavy weights. I'm talking about using compound movements such as squat, deadlifts, also high intensity interval training, things that actually get your heart rate increased, pumping, and your blood flowing. Now, once again, I'm going to go much more in depth in this topic in videos to come. Next is losing fat. Now, I understand that there's a big movement going on right now about body positivity and fat shaming, but trust me, these people don't love you, they don't care about you, and they will abuse you. They will pander to you and tell you lies while benefiting off of your pain and your suffering, while you have to be the one to deal with the diabetes, the high blood pressure, the constant medications. Do not fall for the trick bag. But trust me, those folks are going to help you be happy about walking off a bridge and killing yourself. Losing weight makes a huge difference on your life in general and your health in general, but especially when it comes to your testosterone levels. There is a direct correlation with increase in BMI and a decrease in testosterone. Being obese increases your risk of having low testosterone by 8.7 times. Improving your diet. Processed foods are one of the #1 culprit when it comes to decreasing your testosterone and making you insulin resistant. So that is something that has to be worked on ASAP. Sleep. Honestly, I am a hypocrite when it comes to the sleep department. It's something that I'm working on. I'm trying to improve on, but it has been shown that if you're not getting enough sleep, this could be detrimental to your testosterone levels. Stress. What are you stressing about? How much are you focusing on things that you cannot control? Do you have a outlet for your stress? Do you have someone to talk to? Do you have things that you do, certain activities, whether it be boxing or biking or talking with other men to help decrease your stress? You have to find a way to decrease your stress, get the stress out before it consumes you. Next, correcting nutrient deficiencies. There are multiple nutrients that contribute to creating testosterone in our bodies. And just to name a few, we're talking about vitamin D, which is not a vitamin, it's a hormone, zinc, magnesium, essential fatty acids. When you're eating processed foods and you're not replenishing your body with whole foods, you are going to most likely be deficient in these minerals and these vitamins. And then you have alcohol, which has been shown to decrease testosterone. And then you have prescription medications. There have been certain medications that have been connected with a decreased testosterone levels. And these are blood pressure medications, reflux medications, and depression medications. And then you have estrogenics. Certain chemicals are known as endocrine disruptors and have been found to affect hormone levels negatively. These include BPA, which is a common element in plastic. Also, parabens, which is synthetic compounds used in personal care products like shampoo, toothpaste, lotions, and deodorant. These things act as xenoestrogen or synthetic estrogens. Their composition is so similar to estrogen that the body thinks that it's the real thing. This will then throw off the balance in the body. So you want to make sure that you're choosing products that don't contain them. So once again, I know that was a real quick overview of the things that can improve your testosterone levels, but like I said before, don't worry about it. I'm going to make videos that are going to go further in depth about what you need to do about each of those topics as far as increasing your testosterone levels naturally. All right, family, I truly hope you gained a tremendous amount of value from this video. I hope you now understand what testosterone is, how it's made in the body, its purpose and its function in the body, what decreases testosterone in the body, and what you can do for yourself to actually increase testosterone in your body. All right, family, so as always, I appreciate your support. I appreciate you being here. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Be sure to share this video out with anyone that could benefit from the information that we talked about today. And stay tuned, because I will have more videos coming out in the future, particularly around health in general, of course, as always. But I'm really going into the area of men's health, particularly when we talk about testosterone and what we need to do to become better and healthier versions of ourselves. All right, so stay tuned. Now, that's it. It's your brother Edward Williams signing off. Love you all. And like I always say, our community, our responsibility. We have what it takes. We just got to put in the work. Let's get it. Peace.